Shalom and Bokertov to us all. I want to welcome you to Hebrew class. I am Dr. Akinola Olusanya by name. I want us to continue from where we stopped in the last class, where we talked about Daghesh, forte, Daghesh, lene, and I gave us some vocabularies. This time, I want us to go deeper into some of the principles and the background that will help us in transliteration and translation of our Hebrew. Now, in this class also, because of the length of the lectures, we are going to break the class into two. Now, the first part will be talking about Methegh, Maqqeph, long and short syllables, while the other class, the second part of the class, we'll be talking about transliteration, and also we will be looking at guttural letters. And these are the things we'll be doing in this class. So I want to welcome you briefly to the class. Just take your time and come with me to enjoy this class together. I want to welcome us class to today's topic. The first thing I want us to look at as we proceed, just to lay a much solid foundation, is the topic Methegh. Now, whenever you are reading, sometimes you come to a word, and after a vowel, you find a vertical stroke, like you have it, a short vertical stroke beside a vowel. Now, when you find this vertical stroke, the stroke is called Methegh. It's called a kind of bridle that makes the reader to pause before it goes further into what he has to pronounce. Like you have arim. Now, naturally, it should have been arim. But because you have this vertical stroke, it is demanded that you have to pause after this vowel, which is now say arim. But under it, where the vertical stroke is not appearing, the same word, but the vertical stroke puts a difference between this one and the other. And Methegh only has to do with pronunciation as you read. So this one is read eharim. Eharim. Let me write it out. Is read eharim. Eharim, because there is no vertical stroke. But once the vertical stroke is there, you read it like this. Arim. Just to tell you to pause as you continue to read. Now, what is this? How is it defined? A Methegh is a short vertical stroke placed at the left of a vowel, just like it is placed here, of a vowel, to make the reader pause after it while reading. After it while reading. Now, because in Hebrew you have a lot of pointings, a lot of accents, and when you see this vertical stroke, most of the time the students are confused. What is this? Because they are trying to give a meaning to it. It's simple. It is a Methegh and it's a bridle telling you to pause as you continue to read. Instead of you saying hearim, you say hearim, and that is the work of Methegh. It can appear on any of the vowels. Most of the vowels, at times, most of them are short vowels or long vowels sometimes, but just telling you to pause before you continue reading. Now, we move on to the next topic, which is called Maquette. Maquette. We just dealt with Methegh, which is binding. But now we are moving on to Maquette. We just dealt with Methegh, which is a bridle. I'm sorry. Then we come to Maquette, which is binding. Binding. Methegh, binding. Now, what do we mean by Methegh? Methegh occurs or is used when two or more words are closely associated in meaning. They are often joined together by a hyphen-like line called Maquette or binding. This is the sign of a Maquette. You understand? That's the sign of a Maquette. And while you read, you see it and you are wondering, what is this line doing in between words? You don't have to be confused. It is just there to join words together. Now, when one or two or three more words are associated in meaning, the Maquette appears in between them to join them together. Now, those who are three words, the three words now become just one compound word. Okay, let's use this as an example. You have this im, tov, ani. Im is Eve, good, high. If good I, that's the way Hebrew will say, if I am good, or if good I am, it will say, if good I. So this is if, im, tov, good, ani, high. Now, im, tov, ani, if good I am. If good I am. Im, tov, ani. Remember, you write Hebrew this way, and when you are translating or transliterating, you move into English, you move from your left to the right. But writing Hebrew, you move from your right to your what? To your left. Now look at this now. You have the same word, the same words, im, tov, ani, written in another form. And Maquette is being inserted. Maquette is being inserted. This is the one that is there. Now you have im, Maquette, tov, Maquette, ani. Now, once the Maquette appears between these three words, it made these three words to be just one compound word, no longer separate words. So the Maquette is doing the work of binding. So it has bound the three words together, making them one, because the three words are associated in meaning. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you are im, tov, ani, if good I am. The work of the Maquette is to join the. But one other thing happens why this is being done. You see, im have an accent. What you see up there is an accent. Tov also have an accent as a separate word. Im as a separate word has an accent, which is if. Tov, good, has an accent. That's the accent you see up there. Then ani, which is I, also has an accent. But immediately a Maquette appears, joining the three together. The first word, im, loses or lost its accent. The second word, tov, lost its accent. And the only one that retained its accent is the ani. This is the accent, because once the three words have been joined together, all of the accent move forward to the last word, which is ani. And sometimes when you join these words together, you discover that the pointings of the vowels under them, because of the influence of the Maquette, changes. Some are dropped so that you can have a smooth run as you pronounce, so that you can move freely as you pronounce the word together as one. So the work of the Maquette is simple. So when two or more words are closely associated in meaning, they're often joined together by a hyphen-like line called Maquette, which is a binding. That is, the Maquette binds the three words together. And so that is the word, the function of this hyphen-like line, which is a Maquette, is to join together. So when you are reading, you don't have to get confused. The next topic is open and close syllable. Now the question is, why is the topic open and close syllable so important? It is important for just one reason. When we come to our study of vowels, under the short vowels, we have kames atof. This same sign is called kames atof under short vowel, and it is interpreted as an O. Under the long vowel, it is the same sign called kames, and it is interpreted as a long A, the word ha. Now, how do we know whenever this sign appears, either it should be used as an O or as an A? Now, when we need to recognize or to know whether it is a kames out of O under the short vowels or kames A under the long vowel. So what's going to help us with this is what is called close and open syllable. Now, you need to know that the first principle under here is that an open syllable ends. The word S is put up there because this is English language, ends in a vowel. So whenever you see whenever an open syllable now ends in a vowel, for example, you have the word ka. You have the word ka. You have kata and you have kata. Now, when you have this is Q and an A, because it's ka, that is an open syllable. It's not, nothing is blocking, so it ends in a vowel. So that is an open syllable. But a closed syllable ends in a consonant. Whenever a syllable ends in a consonant, it is a closed syllable. For example, you have words like, like Sonya. So there are two syllables here. Son, then ya. This is, the first one is a closed syllable because it ends in an N, in a consonant. While ya ends in a what? In a vowel, and it's an open syllable. So an open syllable ends in a vowel, while a closed syllable ends in a consonant. Like you have kal, you have tal. So the two words together, put together, you have katal. This is the word, katal. Katal is divided here into two syllables. The first syllable is ka, and the syllable following is tal. Now, the word ka, the word ka is open and ends in a vowel. Then the tal is closed because it ends with a lamed, which is a consonant. So let's spell this out. You have kata. You have kata. So when you have kata, you have kal. Then you have pata. You have tet. You have kames. You have tet. You have pata. Then you have lamed. You understand? You have lamed. So that makes this to be closed. So the question now is, whenever this kames appears under a syllable, are you getting me? And it is open and it is not accented. Then whenever it's open and it's not accented, it is a long vowel. You understand? But whenever it appears under in a syllable that is closed and it is not accented, it is what? It is closed. So another principle why this is important is this. Now, a closed syllable, that is, a closed syllable that is not accented ends in a what? In a short vowel. And an open syllable ends in a what? In a long vowel. So whenever this kames appears, it becomes an O if it appears in a syllable that is what? That is closed and that is not accented. But whenever it appears in a syllable that is open and is not accented, it becomes kames A. So, but not to bother much about this, most of the time, whenever we have this sign, it's 99% most of the time a long vowel kames A. And that is why we should not, but it's a principle we need to note, but it's a principle also that we don't have to be too bothered about. Whenever this appears, this kames appears under in a closed syllable that is not accented, it becomes an O. But whenever it appears in a syllable that is open and is also not accented, it becomes an A. So that is how to know when to use this as a kames out of O of short vowels, and when to use it as just kames A of a long vowel.